Oh, Nisha, do you want me to open your beer? Hell yeah. Thank you. There you go. Brad, catch.
I mean, it was a catch. It wasn't a great one.
You didn't hear it, but and I've just got some lemonade with a bit of vodka.
Why does this happen to me?
Oh no!
She spilled it all over your flat.
It's so wrong.
It's fine. Just don't get it on the shag carpet. In the bin.
I said which bin? The bin.
The bin.
I don't know if you might have recycled them.
So guys, you ready to talk about beer and hot dogs?
Well, I mean, you've given her a beer. Where's my hot dog?
I ain't got any. Well, actually, there was a tin. I should open the beer with the hot dogs. I'll tell you what, if you get a beer halfway through the video, Brad, I'll open it with the hot dogs. But finish your Coke first.
I could really go for a hot dog.
In the world of baseball, the name Babe Ruth is held in high esteem, both on and off the field. The former, due to his prodigious talent for hooking baseballs at half the speed of sound at people's dicks, and the latter, due to his prodigious talent for fucking a bunch of women and eating lots of food. There's no nice way to put that. The guy, he just got laid a lot. Like, all the time. Consistently and thoroughly. Do you like Poochie? Where it's like, he needs to get busy consistently and thoroughly. That was Babe Ruth.
Poochie's in Simpsons Poochie.
Yeah, Simpsons Poochie. That's when they describe it like, you need to get busy, consistently, and thoroughly. That was Babe Ruth.
This is a dog who gets busy, consistently and thoroughly.
Both of which are incredibly impressive when you consider that Babe Ruth consisted on a diet of nothing but beer, hot dogs, and hot dogs. And you may have noticed I said hot dogs twice there. That's because Babe Ruth loved hot dogs. So much so that he would eat 4 hot dogs as a snack between his dinner and his second dinner, both of which were steaks. So he would eat a steak with all the trimmings, 4 hot dogs, and then a steak.
It's a lot of meat.
That is.
A lot of meat.
Let's think, that was his dinner as well. Yeah, don't forget he had his breakfast, which was steak and eggs.
Hot dog? Oh.
No, he had steak and eggs. So he had steak for breakfast, some eggs. Usually he'd wash it down with a couple pints of coffee. Not pints, quarts I should say, or pots. No, not pints. Yeah, they come in pots. Coffee comes in pots, beer comes in pints, milk comes in quarts. But yeah, he'd wash that down with a few pots of coffee. Then he'd get to the stadium, eat a few hot dogs, play baseball for an hour, go out for his dinner, get a few more hot dogs, maybe a steak for his lunch. Then he'd go out for his main meal in the evening, which would be a steak. Then he'd get a few hot dogs. Then he'd have his second steak. Then he'd go out on the town, have a few beers, a few more hot dogs, get home, maybe have a late night steak, and then go to bed.
That's a lot of meat, son.
And this guy was a professional athlete, I should point out.
I just had a horrible thought. I'm assuming it's the hot dogs in the tins and the jars that you get.
No, he was a baseball player, so baseball stadium hot dogs, the big ones.
Oh, right, because I was thinking he washed everything down with the juice from the hot dog.
Oh, no. No, I'm thinking, do you watch those hot dog eating competitions? And I don't know how the people who do that enjoy it, because I'm like, yeah, hot dog's quite nice. Then when you see them do it and they dip the bread in water, and it's like, how are you even enjoying? They eat. Do you know that bit in The Simpsons? It's like he eats like an animal, or like a pig. It's like now saying he eats more like a duck, and Homer's like, and he just eats the hot dog like a duck. It's like, ugh.
Pigs tend to chew. I'd say he eats more like a duck.
It's like when you watch, you've seen a few episodes of that Beard Meets Food guy.
Yeah.
Who just goes around the country just doing the competitions in restaurants and pubs and stuff like that. He just shoves everything down. It just looks painful.
It's like, are you even enjoying the food at that point?
And he always has dessert afterwards.
There's always room for pudding. Do you know that everyone has that special compartment in your stomach that's always ready for pudding?
It's a separate stomach.
Yeah, it's your special stomach just for dessert. And Babe Ruth had one of them just for hot dogs.
I've always wanted to try the whole hot dog competition thing because I know I wouldn't be able to do it, but I thought I might make a funny video at some point, just dip them in water and just
No, never. I was about to say, never forget that Japanese eating channel, Kobayashi, I think it is, won an eating contest with a bear. Like they got a bear and he won against the bear. A bear.
Yeah, but the bear wouldn't have been aware it was in a competition.
But it's a bear, and he's a man.
I know, but if the bear was like, I don't want the hot dog, then...
It's a bear. He won a eating competition with a bear.
So did you do a wing competition? Or you're trying to eat as many wings as you can, you had 12.
Yeah, so contrary to the way I look, I don't eat a lot at once, shall I say. And Nisha and Adam both went to a unlimited wings thing, and they both had 50?
Well, Adam had 50. I think I got just under 30 or something like that. It was a struggle.
I went and I think I had 16, and that was two. And they were small wings as well. They weren't big wings.
These weren't big pterodactyls or anything. These were tiny little chickens. Not American chickens either. With all the steroids and stuff. These were little tiny like English chickens.
Poussin.
Yeah.
Little tiny one.
Well, it reminds me of that image that floats around the internet you see every now and again, and it's just like the first winner of a pie eating contest, and it's like this little boy, but like no one knew his name, so the caption is just like...
It's little Jack Horner, wasn't it?
No, he just he puts his thumb in, pulls out a plum, yeah. And there's the caption something like, boy, name unknown, winner of pie eating contest, and all thing like, why didn't he have a name? It's like, he ate it. He ate his own name. And he's just this picture of this little tiny kid, and he's like, he's got blueberries all over his face, like, yeah, he's having a great day. This little kid's having a fucking great day. Do you know who else had a great day? Babe Bloody Ruth.
I was going to do my own little chess.
Go on, do segue.
I was about, well, that's enough of the life of Pi. Let's,
with a tiger. And you think the fact that Babe Ruth ate 4 hot dogs as a snack between steaks would be the most ridiculous example of his love of hot dogs. But there's another story about him eating hot dogs that's even stupider. So Babe Ruth was not a healthy man towards the end of his life.
Really?
Well, he was an athlete, so you got to remember he was burning thousands of calories every single day, and for the time he was very large. I think he was like 6 foot tall, couple hundred pounds, so he was in pretty decent shape. He was a pretty big dude, so he could pack away all this food because he was doing a lot of exercise every single day.
Long before the first robin of spring appears, along comes Ruth in his annual battle with his waistline. Almost 40 and kind of fat, but the babe still has a lot of baseball in him, according to trainer Artie McGovern.
All right, push
But, like, you know, eventually the diet did catch up with him. And one of the most infamous moments in his career is when he was hospitalised with indigestion because he ate 18 hot dogs in a row. And he was just sent to hospital. And I have to point out that we don't know whether this story is true or not, because it has long been rumoured that that story was a cover because he was going into rehab for his alcoholism, because he also would just like indulge in alcohol as well. But I think the fact that we don't know for sure that it wasn't the hot dog sums up how much this man loved himself some hot dog.
I think I've got to be honest, I'd probably use going to rehab as a cover story for the hot dog one.
That's the thing, what's more embarrassing?
Well, as I say, the 7 hot dogs for Babe Ruth. Hey, Keith, go get me another hot dog. Hey, Keith, go get me another hot dog. I didn't see the game.
You were busy getting hot dogs for Babe Ruth?
Yeah, right. Babe Ruth and his hot dog.
Okay, you loved him, huh?
Oh, and his little run, that little trot.
Yeah, that little trot,
Big,
right?
fat fella, you know, but the legs were like this, and they go around there.
Yeah, so obviously he's known for eating a lot.
Yes.
So he obviously had a high tolerance for this sort of thing. So why would it be...
He had a high hot dog tolerance.
So why would it be believable that he was hospitalised for that sort of thing?
Because it happened to him before.
Wait, what?
That's the thing. That's why they use it as a cover story, because it had already happened to him once earlier in his career. So it's not whether or not it happened, it's whether or not it happened twice. It's what we don't know. And there are 2 moments from The Simpsons pop into my head right now. One is that episode where Homer eats 60 slices of cheese and goes blind. Where he just sits up all night eating cheese.
Sounds like something I would do, to be fair.
And just Marge asks him, Homer, have you been up all night eating cheese? He's like, I think I'm blind.
Have you been up all night eating cheese?
I think I'm blind.
I'm just imagining that with Babe Ruth, like, Ruth, did you stay up all night eating hot dogs and I need to go to the hospital?
Oh, it's like the scene where he's eating them donuts.
Yeah, oh,
you
in
know,
hell.
when he's strapped in hell and he's just eating donuts continuously. He's hit that with hot dogs.
Yeah. Well, the other scene that I've got in my mind is when he's eating the big sandwich, and he's like, I'll give it a good home. It's like, no one can eat that much sandwich. And he gets hospitalised by it, and he's like in bed, he's like, Marge, I'd like to be alone with a sandwich for a moment. Are you going to eat it? And he just goes, yes. That always fucking slays me. Just the fact he pauses for a second to think about whether he should lie about whether he's going to eat the sandwich.
Marge, I'd like to be alone with the sandwich for a moment.
Are you going to eat it?
Yes.
Oh.
So Brad's holding a beer and a hot dog. So should we open beer with a hot dog? Let's go. This is for Babe Ruth. So these are, let's have a look. These are some Wikinger hot dog. I got 5 plus 1 free. These are smoked, skinless. So I've got 4 skinless sausages plus 2. And it says here they're the king of hot dogs. The king of hot dogs, and this is a beer. This says on it.
What makes them king? What makes them king?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they open these beers. I'm going to open this beer for Brad with these hot
There's
dogs.
got to be a pun there.
Ooh,
There we go.
very clean.
It was.
Eat the hot dogs.
No, I'm not going to eat a fucking hot dog. Oh god. The thing is, well, whenever I
Saw them whole.
So I think I got them. No, I got them because, like, you know, every now and again, I don't mind having a hot dog. It's like one of the things I like to make for myself is like sandwiches, burgers, hot dogs and stuff. But I like go all out and I like, you know, make chili and like chili dog, for example. Or when I make burgers, I'll make myself like, you know, one of my favourite meals I ever had was at Hard Rock Cafe, and they had this like burger with like avocados and hot chili sauce in it and like Doritos and stuff. So I try and like, when I make a hot dog, I'll try and make stuff for it. But every time I smell hot dog water, I just get really sick because I just remember the name of that Limp Bizkit album. You don't know the
No.
chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavoured water?
I know I've heard of the chocolate starfish, but not the
The hot dog, yeah.
Oh.
And it's just, obviously it's a really crude sex pun, but every time I think like, yeah, hot dog water fucking stinks. And then I remember that tweet someone made of like, yeah, I make ice cubes with the water I use to boil hot dogs and give it to people I don't like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's just, that is like some next level, just fuck you, get out of my house.
When I hear hot dog water, all I think of is that there's a character in my favourite Scooby-Doo series, Mystery Incorporated, who is called Hot Dog Water. But the funny thing about this character is that they are voiced by Linda Cardellini, who played Velma in the live-action one, because they've got a different voice actor playing Velma in that show.
Okay.
Yeah, just fun little trivia fact for anyone.
And the class president is dancing with that smelly girl. Hot dog water.
A little bit of hot dog water. Like, what's the one food byproduct then that you just like can't stand? Because like I don't like when you cook fish, like fish fingers in the oven, and you get like, that weird white residue from the fish pops. So I'm like, the fish fingers are intact. Where did this come from? What is this? What is this? Oh, like Joe, the one like people like the ketchup pre-cum. Joe, when you're putting ketchup on your plate, and it's like, oh, the water.
I had that with mustard yesterday.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
It's just obviously just the way it's described makes me not like it. I didn't mind it until someone said, "Oh yeah." So, I hate when you get that weird ketchup. Oh, you mean the ketchup pre-cum? And I went, oh no, you've ruined it. It was already bad, but now it's worse.
I was thinking like, I don't know if it's the same sort of thing, but something you always used to smack on. I think it was like meatball something, and it was like
Smacking
you'd
on
open
his
it and it
meatball.
would smell like farts. I can't remember what it was, but it was like some sort of meat product.
I think it was, they sell them at like a lot of the corner shops. They're like Polish or Swedish meatball packets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Fritjalen or something. I can't remember.
You opened it and you just get this whiff of like fart smell, and that's just.
And Brad's like, yum yum, right in Brad's tongue.
Yummy, South Park bit with the yummy. I want Cartman's farts in my tummy.
You eating fart balls?
The one that I always think of is so when we were younger, we used to have pasta a lot with peck in it. If people don't know what peck is, it's just one of the brands of reformed meat, like ham. So those tins of ham, those things always have that jelly on the like the preservative jelly stuff, and that stuff like I think if you put it in when you're cooking, it's fine. 'Cause it's just the fat, but when it's all stuck to the side, it's like you have to scrape it off. It's horrible.
The worst one for me is I generally can't eat meat because when I was younger, we had a rule in our house: you had to finish your dinner, or you didn't get pudding. And if you didn't finish your dinner, you get it on bread later. But I remember once, I don't like meat, and I got I think a bit of pork, and a right thick vein going right through it. And I just had to chew it, and it's like, my mum said, like, if you spit that out, you went to bed right any pudding. And I sat for like half an hour chewing. And it's like, it just didn't go down. And to this day, I can't eat pork, because every time I think of biting into it, I think, that vein of fat.
I can't stand like fat and gristle, like loads of
But no, it was like an actual like artery in there.
God,
Well, last year I went to Lanzarote.
I think it was like pig fry, so it was like kidney or something like that. If anyone's wondering how it gets in there.
Last year I went to Lanzarote and I was there with Adam, and one of the things he wanted to do was have a big like tomahawk steak. So we went to a place and had that. I didn't realise that you weren't supposed to eat the entire thing. There were parts in it that were like gristle.
Yeah.
And my
So the
first
flavour
bite,
comes from the other marbling.
my first bite was just gristle, and I was chewing on this thing for about 4 or 5 minutes. And by that point, the rest of the steak, because it was a massive steak, was cold. So my experience of it was like €25 steak. It's just 5 minutes of gristle and then cold steak.
Yeah, because that's like the marbling. Because I remember I worked in the kitchen. It's like, I want a steak with no fat on it. It's like, so you do realise the fat is where the flavour comes from. So you're paying for the fat. That's where all the flavour. It's like, no, it's not. It's like, have you ever done any cooking, sir? Do you know what cooking is?
What if somebody wants theirs well done?
We ask them politely yet firmly to leave.
It's like I'm terrible with bacon because I don't like fat.
Yeah.
So if I have bacon, I like the medallions because they're pretty like just meaty. But if I have to like just gnaw back bacon or whatever, I like to cut all the fat off. So it's just like a little circle.
Look at the bacon that's got the lobe that's like a foot long.
Yeah.
The worst bit is when you get a bacon sandwich and you bite into it and you get that and you
Yeah.
pull it and the bit and it's like,
that's why I don't like
no.
it. It's
Yeah.
I like bacon. So you said he was a good player, but how have you not eaten one of those hot dogs for us yet?
I'm not eating one of the goddamn hot dogs. I'm not eating one of them goddamn hot dogs. I'm saving them for when I make chili dogs.
All right, I'll deliver the line you want there. Yeah, how was he still a good player if he ate loads of shit?
Because like, he was just physically so imposing. Like he was one of the physically largest men playing baseball at the time, and he was just like, just had this prodigious baseball playing talent. It just happened that he loved to eat a shit ton of hot dogs, and he was so bad for overeating and overindulging in food, women, and alcohol that when he signed 1 year, they literally wrote into his contract that he couldn't turn up hungover. Because they knew that he would. Like, they didn't stop him going out drinking, but they said, if you go out drinking, you can't turn up hungover. And he still did. Because there's a famous quote attributed to him where he says, I'll give up the drink, I'll give up the food, but I'm not giving up women. They're too much fun. And there was a guy they paid to basically follow him around to make sure he didn't get into too much trouble. So make sure he didn't drink too much, stay out too late. So yeah, in one evening, he went to like 8 different bars and 6 different women's houses in one night. And that was like a Wednesday or something like that.
He definitely ate a hot dog out of a belly button, didn't he?
Just eating nothing but hot dogs. So that's the thing, like, then keep in mind as well, one of the best players to have ever lived. And that was his diet. Nothing but powered.
I'm doing it wrong.
Powered by hot dogs.
We're doing it wrong, man. Like, you have a lot of healthy food. You're trying to stay in shape. Hot dogs, that's the way.
Yes.
So maybe while we're talking about eating hot dogs to be healthy,
I'm not eating one of those hot dogs. I'm not eating a raw fucking hot dog. It's gonna be that Apu moment.
Comment section, Karl eat the hot dog.
It's gonna be that Apu moment, isn't it? Of like, no, they'll plump in my stomach. No.
I'm just thinking, have you guys ever watched the Freaky Eaters stuff?
Oh yeah, people who just like, yeah.
There's always this one keeps popping up on my TikTok where it's like the guy just eats fish and a rice cake every like couple of hours. Like at 10 a.m. I'll have fish. At 12 I'll have a rice cake. At 1 I'll have fish and a rice cake. Just like that all day. Like how can you not get so bored?
8 o'clock in the morning I'll have fish and a rice cake. At 10 o'clock I'll have fish. At 12 o'clock I'll have fish and a rice cake. At 2 o'clock, I'll have fish. I
just remember my favourite one is when you watch Secret Eaters, which is one of my favourite shows. It's people like, I don't know why I'm so unhealthy or gaining weight. And they'll say, okay, so we'll follow you around with a secret camera crew to film when you eat. And there was one guy who he'd wake up every morning and have like a full English breakfast. It's not the best thing to eat, but he had a manual labour job. Okay, you might need that, right? It's a very hearty breakfast, but you've got a very physically demanding job. It's fine, I guess, if you eat like healthier throughout the day. No, first thing he does, he gets to work like 10 o'clock, gets a pie on bread. He'd like a pie sandwich. Then he has like full dinner, chocolate bars, all that stuff driving around his van and that. Then he gets in and has like a full meal. And they confront him with this, and like the guy's even like, you have a pie sandwich. So I'm northern, and I think a pie sandwich going too fucking far. I have eaten some crap. I have like pasta sandwiches, noodle sandwiches. I'd have my spaghetti bolognese sandwiches. So like if we couldn't eat a food, I mentioned we have to have it on bread. But like the pie sandwich just blew my mind. He's like, yeah, I invented it. Pie sandwich, my idea.
Salad.
Oh.
Ray may have hidden his pie in a bread roll.
Yeah, you didn't know about that.
No.
I always love those shows as well when you basically walk them into a room with their perfect buffet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is awful, this isn't it? You eat all this in a week. It's like, do you want to leave the room?
Yeah.
Just walk. Are you going to eat the food? Yes.
The other one that got me is when there was a guy who was like, yeah, I'm going to the gym. It's like, okay, you're going to the gym. And I don't understand why I'm gaining weight. I'm trying to eat healthy. And I said, that is kind of weird. Let's have a watch. And he says, well, here's my protein shake. So okay, so what's his protein shake? A couple of scoops of protein powder. So that's a few 100 calories there, but if you go into the gym, it is good for you. You need that protein, you need that energy, you need that, you need that immediate hit. Then he puts like, banana in. It's okay, yeah, banana, sugar, potassium, that's good. Full fat milk, okay. Maybe like, semi-skimmed or water would be fine. But again, if you're going for a heavy workout, that could work. Then the peanut butter. Okay, peanut butter, that's, good fats. Bit of extra protein in there for you. Then some more protein powder, then some more, then another banana, then some chocolate spread, and then syrup. And it's like, then he goes to the gym, and they film the gym, and on the treadmill for 10 minutes. And he comes out, it's like, you know what? Reward time, chocolate bar.
No.
And then he's like, him and his wife make moussaka. It's like, okay, it's not the best thing for you, but some vegetables in there. So how do you make a moussaka? I'm shitting you not, entire bottle of olive oil. On, do you know, like a casserole dish size thing? So casserole dish.
And then he uses more to cook his roast potatoes.
That's a lot of oil. There must be about an inch of oil in there.
Easily, yeah.
Full of moussaka, entire block of cheese, entire bottle of olive oil.
Made with a whole block of cheese.
It's like, but it's got vegetables in it. It's like, and a full bottle of oil.
It's like the Ericsson salad, isn't it?
Yeah, and he just, and then he sat there,
sweets,
and he doesn't get why he's gaining weight. He doesn't get it, and like, the guy doing it's like, there's an entire bottle of oil on that.
It's healthy though, isn't it?
But it's got vegetables in it, and it reminds me when my friend worked in, he was a personal trainer for a bit, and a guy came in and was like, I'm exercising with you, but I'm not losing any weight. And he goes, yeah, that is weird. Like, let's break down your meal plan for the week, and just, so what do you have in the morning? He goes, well, I have a protein shake. Again, that's fine. Meal replacement stuff is good for the morning. Give you a bit of a boost, give you some energy, some supplements. And then what do you have for your lunch? He goes, rice, chicken, all that good stuff. And then before you come to the gym, another protein shake. He goes, that is weird. That should be fine. What's in your protein shake? He goes, 6 bananas. What?
Jesus.
6 bananas? Like, is that spread out over... No, 6 bananas in every fucking shake.
Oh no.
So he was having 12 bananas a day. And he couldn't understand why he wasn't losing weight. So he's having like 12 fucking bananas every day.
Why are you supposed to just have one a day? Isn't that like the thing?
12 doesn't sound very appealing.
That's the thing, like, but the guy didn't get that 12 because in his head, bananas. Yeah, 1 banana is, 12 aren't.
Oh my god.
I don't know why you would do that. When I've heard that 6 hot dogs.
Fuck, I'm not eating the fucking hot dog. I'll tell you what, folks at home. Right, if you go subscribe to our Patreon, make it a Patreon goal. Karl eats the hot dog. I will eat a hot dog.
What a pathetic goal. Other channels are like, hey, we'll hire an extra rental, we'll make more videos. We're like, Karl will eat a hot dog.
No, do you know what I'll do? I'll eat it and we'll record me eating it and we'll post it on the Patreon. It'll be an exclusive video for patrons. And then I'll eat it really slow for our OnlyFans. I'm kidding.
Through which orifice?
But yeah, that was Babe Ruth and his hot dog obsession. But fucking 12 bananas.
That's like Brad's got hot dog
12 bananas. Oh.